Worry is one of the most common struggles of the human mind. People spend countless hours thinking about situations that may never happen, replaying past mistakes, and imagining future problems they cannot control. This constant mental pressure quietly steals peace, energy, and happiness. The Stoic philosophers understood this problem deeply, and they offered a simple but powerful solution. They taught that much of our suffering comes from trying to control things that were never within our power in the first place. When you learn to separate what you can control from what you cannot, your mind becomes lighter, and your life becomes calmer. Most people wake up already carrying invisible burdens. They worry about what others think of them, about the economy, about their reputation, about outcomes that have not yet happened. The mind begins to race, imagining worst-case scenarios and building stories that create fear. Stoicism teaches that these worries are not created by reality itself, but by our interpretation of reality. When the mind keeps chasing things outside its control, it traps itself in endless anxiety. The Stoic mindset begins with a simple but life-changing understanding. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. Your thoughts, your actions, your effort, your character, and your decisions belong to you. No one else can truly take them away, but the opinions of others, the weather, the past, the future, and the actions of other people will always remain outside your control. The moment you accept this truth, a new level of freedom begins to grow within you. Imagine trying to control the wind. No matter how hard you try, the wind will move the way it wants. Worrying about it only drains your strength. Yet, this is exactly how many people live their lives. They try to control the opinions, reactions, and decisions of everyone around them. They worry about outcomes that depend on countless external factors. The Stoics believed that peace comes from redirecting your attention away from the wind and toward the sails you control. When you focus on what you can control, something powerful happens. Your energy stops leaking into useless worry and begins to build strength within you. Instead of wasting time imagining problems, you start improving your habits, your discipline, and your character. Life begins to feel simpler because your mind is no longer scattered across thousands of uncontrollable possibilities. One reason worry becomes so powerful is that the mind loves certainty. It wants to predict the future and protect itself from pain, but the future will always remain uncertain. Trying to control every possible outcome is like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. Stoicism teaches that true strength is not about controlling the future, but about preparing your mind to handle whatever arrives. The Stoic philosophers believed that most events themselves are neutral. What truly disturbs us is the meaning we attach to those events. A delayed opportunity, a criticism, or an unexpected challenge can either break your peace or strengthen your character depending on how you interpret it. When you change your perspective, you transform the emotional power of the situation. Think about how often people suffer twice. They suffer once in their imagination, and again when the event actually happens. Sometimes the imagined suffering is even worse than reality itself. Worry creates problems that exist only inside the mind. By recognizing this pattern, you begin to see how much unnecessary pain worry adds to life. A Stoic approach to worry begins with awareness. Whenever your mind starts spinning with anxiety, pause for a moment and ask a simple question. Is this within my control? If the answer is yes, then take action. If the answer is no, then your task is not to control it but to accept it. This simple practice gradually retrains the mind to release unnecessary tension. Acceptance does not mean weakness or laziness. It means understanding reality clearly. When you stop resisting what you cannot control, you save enormous mental energy. That energy can then be used to improve what actually belongs to you, your behavior, your mindset, and your response to life. There is a quiet power in letting go. When you release the need to control everything, you become emotionally independent. The opinions of others lose their grip over your happiness. External circumstances stop dictating your inner peace. You begin to realize that your mind can remain steady even when the world around you becomes unpredictable. One of the greatest sources of worry is the fear of judgment. People often spend their lives trying to control how others perceive them. They analyze every word they say and every action they take, hoping to avoid criticism. But the truth is that no matter what you do, some people will misunderstand you, others will judge you unfairly. Trying to control this is impossible. The Stoic mindset encourages you to shift your focus from reputation to character. You cannot control what people say about you, but you can control how honestly and wisely you live. When your actions are guided by integrity rather than approval, the opinions of others lose their power to disturb you. Another powerful lesson from Stoicism is the idea of practicing mental resilience. Instead of fearing difficulties, Stoics trained themselves to expect them. They understood that life naturally includes obstacles, disappointments, and uncertainty. When challenges arrive, they are not shocking interruptions, but part of the human journey. This perspective transforms worry into preparation. Instead of fearing what might go wrong, you prepare your mind to face difficulties with calmness and strength. Problems stop feeling like disasters and start becoming opportunities to grow stronger. Your mind becomes calmer when you accept that uncertainty is part of life. Trying to eliminate uncertainty only creates more anxiety, but when you learn to move forward despite uncertainty, your confidence grows naturally. You begin to trust your ability to adapt and respond. One powerful Stoic practice is focusing on the present moment. Worry often lives in the future, imagining events that may never happen. But the present moment is the only place where real action can occur. When you bring your attention back to what you can do right now, your mind becomes grounded and stable. Even small actions can create a powerful sense of control. Improving your habits, strengthening your discipline, and practicing gratitude shift your attention toward progress rather than fear. These actions remind you that while you cannot control everything, you always have control over your effort. Another important Stoic insight is that many worries lose their power with time. Events that once seemed overwhelming eventually become small memories in the past. Realizing this helps you develop patience. Not every problem requires immediate emotional panic. Some things simply need time to unfold. When you stop worrying about things you cannot control, you also become more focused on personal growth. Instead of trying to change the world around you, you begin improving the person you are becoming. This inward focus builds resilience, clarity, and emotional stability. Over time, the Stoic mindset trains your mind to remain calm even during chaos. Life will continue to present uncertainty, challenges, and unexpected outcomes. But your inner world becomes stronger. Instead of reacting with fear, you respond with patience and wisdom. Peace does not come from controlling everything around you. It comes from mastering your own mind. When your thoughts, actions, and values become aligned with what you truly control, worry slowly loses its grip. The world may remain unpredictable, but your inner stability becomes unshakable. The more you practice this mindset, the more freedom you experience. You stop wasting emotional energy on things that never belonged to you in the first place. Your attention becomes focused, your decisions become clearer, and your mind becomes lighter. If this message helped you see worry in a new way, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more powerful lessons on Stoicism, mindset, and personal growth. Each video is created to help you build inner strength, master your emotions, and live with greater clarity and purpose. Stay with this community and continue learning how to develop the calm, disciplined, and resilient mindset that Stoic philosophy has taught for thousands of years. Your mind is your greatest power, and when you learn to guide it wisely, no external chaos can truly disturb your peace.